Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today we are covering CES Day 0, which is called Media Day. This is the press conference day, where most of the big companies announce all of their big announcements, and we went through LG, Samsung, and Sony. So today we're going to recap it for you guys, let you know what really happened. So first off was LG at 8 a.m. in the morning. Dang it, LG. Alright, so with that being said, LG was all about AI. I told you there would be acronyms this year, and AI was a big thing for everyone, it seemed like, this year. All about artificial intelligence and learning and all of this kind of stuff, and more integrated to the smart home. LG went with the best partner you could go into a smart home with, and has set up basically their entire smart home integration system with Google Assistant. So, just like I called it, it is definitely all about Google Assistant this year, and LG definitely went with that. They are having it on their smart TVs. They're having it on Assistant speakers, which we covered that a couple weeks ago in Mobile Weekly. With the new speaker, they have the ThinQ speaker. And we're also going to get a new one, which is Chloe. Now, Chloe's a very interesting character. If you did watch the LG press conference, we did have that on our channel. If you want to catch the full thing. But if you go around the middle, you got to meet Chloe, which is a smart assistant that has Google Assistant on there, has a great personality, seems very funny. But the biggest part about Chloe is that she also is like an Echo Show, it seems like, because she can play videos, but for Google Assistant. So that's really cool. I really love that part of it. However, Chloe answered about 3 questions on stage, and then she became a little bit of a drama queen and would not answer anyone else's questions anymore. And I will say this, the presenter did very well, very well, being that, you know, it malfunctioned basically, and it just would not respond to Chloe anymore. So that is something that I thought was very interesting. We saw on stage. Check it out on the channel if you haven't checked it out already. LG also did announce not only will their new TVs have Google Assistant built in, but their new OLEDs will have a better processor, and their current LED TVs for 2018 will have full array lighting instead of just edge lighting. So that's really good. Some big upgrades to the TVs, but man, that WebOS with Google Assistant built into it just looks amazing, acts so fluid, and it definitely made me think like, okay, LG has an OLED TV, LG has Google Assistant. Why would I get any other, if I'm getting the highest end TV, why would I get any other TV besides LG? And that's my stance on it, and I really do believe that. Now, speaking of which, the next one we have is Samsung. So Samsung went to this press conference, and again, they didn't announce anything mobile-wise because they're saving that for Mobile World Congress coming up next month. So what we got from them was a couple of things. One, they did want to let us know that they're bringing lots of jobs to the U.S. for the appliances market. They have a factory over here in the U.S., and I forgot where it was. I want to say it was Carolina, South Carolina. But basically, they are bringing a bunch of jobs from an appliance factory, and it should be over 1,000 jobs by 2020. And that was really cool to just see like a company like look, we're investing in this country kind of thing. I thought that was an interesting take to kind of start off with that. That being said, though, they really went into the same thing, AI, artificial intelligence, really pairing everything with a smart home. Of course, they had some differences. So one thing they did do and did address was a lot of people are afraid of people being able to break into smart home stuff. And that's because smart home products do not have any kind of integration at the same level as laptops or smartphones do. You know, someone can break into your Google Home speaker a lot more easily, or your Alexa speaker a lot more easily than they can into a computer or a cell phone. With that being said, Samsung is putting Knox on all of their smart things. So whether it be their TVs, whether it be future speakers, whether it be the tablets, the laptops, they are putting Samsung Knox encryption so that all the connections should be encrypted, which is an interesting concept to really think of that this early in the stage, as they don't have a smart speaker yet or anything like that. But the fact that they're putting it on their TVs already and that has a smart assistant is really important. Now, we also had one app to rule them all from Samsung. So right now you have Samsung Connect. You have all these different apps that Samsung tries to push here and there. Now they're just going to have the SmartThings app. SmartThings app is going to be a one-stop shop app for all of their connected products and how you can connect to anything, whether it be a Bluetooth speaker, whether it be a Wi-Fi speaker, whether it be your TV, whether it be whatever product. SmartThings is going to basically be your smart home connection device. And that is going to be coming in spring 2018. Now, the other big thing was, of course, Bixby. I told you guys about this yesterday in the sneak preview, but 2018, all products will be coming with Bixby, basically, for a lot of the high-end new stuff. So all the newer TVs in 2018 will be coming with Bixby. You'll have that on there. But we also know that the fridges will have Bixby. So their new family hub will have Bixby. And the cool thing that we found out about Bixby is it looks like, at least on the fridge, it will be able to differentiate between two people's voices. So if I ask for my schedule right now, Bixby would tell me my schedule. If my friend asked for his schedule, it would tell him his schedule. So that's really cool, the fact that it can differentiate between two people that are in the database for Bixby. So that's really cool, and I thought it was a really neat touch, the fact that they already have that going in. Now, they are using also Harman to get into cars. So a lot of people are going into the car and smart car and all of that kind of stuff. Harman is really the thing they're using to get into cars, and that will be backed up through SmartThings Cloud. So basically you can say, like, it will basically, if your car has this technology in it, it will say, hey, he's arriving on the fridge or on your smartphone or on your TV. It's a really integrated system. But the wow factor really was when their smart TV was able to show who was at the doorbell. Now, I'm not sure if this was with a Ring or another doorbell camera system, but it was really interesting to see that all of it worked together seamlessly. So that was a really cool thing. But that was really all that Samsung offered. Nothing too big in terms of like a wow factor. It was more like incremental steps, and again, spreading out Bixby where they should be spreading out Google Assistant, in my opinion. But we'll see how it does. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts. Would you guys prefer Google Assistant over Bixby in Samsung smart products, or are you happy to give Bixby a try? And finally, we have Sony. Sony basically didn't have much to say, honestly. There weren't too many new product announcements. They basically more so recapped their year. So they started off by saying, hey, we have a killer new camera, the A9, which is the camera that I want. It's the camera that everyone wants. It's the best camera out there right now. And they were like, and yeah, it's amazing. And we're like, yes, it is. Then they have talked about their new TV, but didn't really go too much into it. They just said, hey, it has a new processor and it has a new engine for having color and everything like that. I'm like, okay. And they didn't go in depth into it. They also said, you know, hey, we're having a killer movie season with Sony Pictures. We're having a great time with Sony Music, having so many artists that are doing great. And hey, we have PlayStation that's doing amazing right now in gaming. Yep, you guys do. And again, that was just kind of like recapping. You also have a new kind of truly wireless headphones that Sony's coming out with, and that'll be coming out this spring and summer, if I'm not mistaken. They did have one shade, which I thought was very interesting, and that was, they were like, and most of you who don't have a Sony smartphone in the crowd, for those of you who don't, you're actually still probably using a Sony image sensor. That being that all iPhones use Sony image sensor and all Samsungs use, or most Samsungs use Sony image sensor. So I thought that was a funny dig. Like, they're like, you don't believe me how good of an image processor we have? Well, this is how good we have. Like, your phone knows, basically. And finally, they have a new smart dog that was actually, again, previously announced, and people are going to get their delivery of that soon. So that was the media day. I would say there was something like, oh my god, today. But I'm really curious to see what we get announced tomorrow, as well as all things we're going to start seeing on the floor. Again, if you want to see me cover something specific, let me know in the comment section, and I will try to get to it while we're at the show. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.